Hi everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. It is Monday morning. And if you've had a look online in the last week at YouTube or TikTok, you'll notice that there's some very disturbing behavior amongst a group of the population, especially in the States. I'm talking about the craziness that come to be known as the 4B movement. Now, what is that? It is a sort of pseudo feminist movement that's popped up out of South Korea. Protest against the way some of these women, the way their men have been treating them, right? So our women in the States here, in protest to Donald Trump's win, I'll tell you, Trump derangement syndrome is alive and well and prospering in American women. These women have all decided that the new world with Donald Trump as president is going to be so terrible and so scary. They're so scared. It's like they think it's going to be The Handmaid's Tale overnight, right? Absolutely not true, but they've been brainwashed by the left. So they think they're going to lose all their rights, as if abortion is a right. But, they're going to lose, and good grief, if you have a miscarriage, they could arrest you. I've heard this crazy stuff. If you have an ectopic pregnancy, they're just going to let you die because they won't help you. The ridiculous stuff that's being said is absolutely insane. And, they're calling Donald Trump a racist. They're calling him, put the P where the C is, misogynist, any word. That's Donald Trump. Yeah, he's just an evil bugger that is out for women, and they believe this. I've got family members that believe this. It's insanity. But so these women that are so terrified to go out the door now that Donald Trump has done what they're doing in this giant protest, apparently, it's, some of them are shaving their heads. They're all getting a blue bracelet so that when they're, out in the real world, they can identify each other and they know who's safe to talk to and who to stay away from. They're going to have no engagement with men whatsoever, can't trust them, especially if they voted for Trump. But even just other, white men, just dangerous. They're dangerous. They're going to withhold sex. They're not going to be having sex with anyone. They're not going to marry anyone, and they certainly will not get pregnant. They certainly will not have children, So their protest, can you imagine what the result of their protest is going to be? All these lefty women that are just touched in the head, and you would hope wouldn't be breeding anyway, Well, they're not going to be having sex, so they're not going to be raising children, these crazy women, They're not going to be having sex, so there's going to be no unwanted pregnancies. That means no abortions, which is kind of ironic considering that was one of the big platforms of this protest. Can you imagine? Planned Parenthood is so concerned that they might have to close abortion centers if Democratic women stop having sex and stop having abortions. The knock-on effect of their protest of Donald Trump's policies is less sex outside of marriage, which is going to mean less sexual transmitted diseases, less unplanned pregnancies, offshoot of which is less abortions having to be performed, to such a degree that the abortion industry, and yeah, it is an industry, they're concerned. Less abortion clinics. It's a win-win, you know? And just to address a couple of facts here, you know, despite what they believe, Donald Trump he is not gonna ban abortions at a federal level. No, all he has said, well, Roe versus Wade, for the first thing, it was never a law, it was an opinion, and it's been proven the whole thing was the original trial, whatever, was conducted badly. That's why it was overturned. What Donald Trump is saying is that he's returning this authority back to the states where it should have been in the first place. So as a resident of your state, you have the opportunity to vote for what you want. You're not dependent on a tyrant like Donald Trump making a decision that's going to, you know, affect your life and suppress your rights. I mean, it's foolishness. It's foolishness. These women are deluded. They're going on this most ridiculous strike that all it's going to do is they're going to stand out like a sore thumb amongst the majority of sane women, and they're going to feel even more alienated, get more disconnected with reality. It's absolute madness. It's absolute madness, and there's now even a worse sort of, they're getting crazier. There's women on TikTok now. They're advocating killing not only Trump, which, you know, but men in general, their husbands, they're just men in general. Men they know if you voted for Trump, well, and they advocate killing men using what they call aquatofina. Now what that is, it's a poison that was created by Guila Tofana in the 1600s to kill abusive husbands. And it's hard to, and at that time near impossible to determine what the cause of death was, right? There are women online that are telling you how to do this and saying this is what we have to do. What I want to know is if a woman can go to prison for a tweet giving her opinion on a political issue. Why aren't they rounding up these crazy women that are calling for killing? Before this, there's been some of them like, hey, do you know how you can hire a hitman? There was a woman saying that. I mean, why aren't they being rounded up? This is absolute friggin' madness. These people are a danger to society. I tell ya. Oh, one day if they ever wake up, oh my gosh. We're in for some wild times, guys. Buckle up. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.